Hendricks will now present the check and medal to Ridley Jacobs, the man of the match.
Scene of the West Indies' 5th Test triumph, and that emotional farewell for Courtney Walsh is our first destination. We'll be crossing there very shortly. Well, I'm delighted.
Hooper spin, head's called. It's a fair way away. And it's a tail, so Cole Hooper has won the toss. Cole, what are you going to do?
We'll have a bowl.
And a big hitter as well. Ridley Jacobs is the wicket keeper, Neil McGarrell the spinner, and then we've got Mervyn Dillon, Kerry Jeremy and Cameron Cuffey, the pacemen. And for South Africa, well, no place at the top of the order for Berta Deeper now. Gary Kingston, despite his poor run of form in the last 4 Test matches, will stay as an opener, and you can see Justin Ontong and Roger Telemarcus in there in the bowling department as well, because Nicky Bowie, he's gone back home with injury.
Just like that, down the ground, runs off the back of Herschel Gibbs, and that will run away all the way to the boundary. First boundary of the morning.
Well, the way Herschel Gibbs played that ball, he didn't do anything, that just held its line fairly straight, and the batsmen tend to play inside for the ball coming back.
Out! Very good fielding by Brian Lara. Herschel Gibbs was looking for one, Kingston wasn't interested, and Lara was bang on. The crowds come to life here at Sabina Park. South Africa have lost their first wicket by the run-out route.
Well, anytime you get an early wicket, it's good, but this is a big wicket with Gibbs in great form. Talented player, just plays it there, looking for one. But the feeling is good, it bounced beautifully, perfectly. And Gibbs had got strand. Look how it bounced at a lovely height. Didn't have to check his stride or anything. And it's all over. No need for replays. Brilliant fielding. Oh, 11 for 1.
Very low down, all the way down to Justin Ontong. Alan Donald has held his own matches before. So, a lot of batting there. Cut shot by Kingston. Get a few runs here. Be a close race to pull this back. As quick as Ricardo Powell is, he won't be able to do that. So another boundary for South Africa. 3-0. Gary Kingston, his first.
I don't think you will see an itinerary without one-day cricket being involved, part of the format.
Got hold of that just over the top. Oh, cover point is going to run away for 4. A little bit of width off it, and put away by Callis.
Can't give it.
Well, that's cracked away. He's been trying that shot repeatedly so far, and he's finally got hold of it really well for a boundary. Raises a 50 in the 14th over. This is Herschel Gibbs. Back over his head, almost decapitated him. Superb shot by Kingston. He's just had 2 boundaries now from the middle of the bat. May just be coming back into his touch. And this is the last of the overs before field restrictions are lifted. And Kingston lifted that one. He lifted it well at the meet. Well, the 50 partnership up for these two, Kingston and Callis. 22 and 26. Just 32 balls.
It does look a bit surprised, but the correct decision.
Oh, dived right over it. Jeremy. The ball will just beat into the boundary. That's a slack piece of fielding. Really should have cut it off.
Particularly as Carl Hooper, the captain, wasn't that impressed with that wide given the previous delivery. This time he overcompensates outside the off stump. Kingston quick onto it. And
Followed to a lesser extent. Down the ground and brilliantly taken. What a magnificent catch by Cameron Cuffey. Absolutely spectacular.
Jacques Callis, good shot, but a brilliant catch by Cameron Cuffey. And Sabina Park has erupted. It has the crowd on their feet. They know what an important wicket Jacques Callis is. And McGarrell in his first over.
Induces Callis to play the lofted straight drive, and Cameron Cuffey sprinting round the boundary, takes a brilliant catch, and he is over the moon. What a catch. At an important time, South Africa were just starting to consolidate. The second wicket goes, Callis for 23 and South Africa 75 for 2.
He got 5 wickets with the ball and then got an unbeaten 42. Well, he's bowled him round his legs. Sweeping. Off goes Kingston. A little bit late in recognizing what had happened, but Ridley Jacobs certainly knew right away that Kingston's sweeping had been bowled on his legs.
Well, Ridley Jacobs knew, but everyone else was taken by surprise. It took everyone a while before they realized that this had actually happened. Off the glove, it looked like, onto the bottom of the leg stump. Kingston looks very surprised. But he has to go. Bold Hooper for 38 and South Africa 87 for 3.
Oh, he's got away with that. Over the over, 108 for 3.
Ball doesn't normally bowl that well at the end of the innings.
Plays that shot so well. Jonty Rhodes, he's just about on the run, and there's a misfield, and that's gone for 4. Well, that's exactly what Carl Hooper doesn't want, nor Cameron Coffey. Mervyn Dillon in the wars again. There's not too many smiles in the change room.
Julian Fontaine is absolutely flabbergasted at that. Just look at him there on the left with the sunglasses on. He cannot even bear to look. And I don't think Mervyn Dillon will want to look either. He didn't look indeed. He missed it completely. This man will not be happy. Was supposed to be a simple piece of fielding. He cannot believe it. Neither can any of the spectators in the ground, I would assume. Just look at the head.
If I could, I'd be making a lot of money. I'd be straight down to the bookmakers. A lot depends on, whether West Indies get wickets. If they keep chipping away with an odd wicket, then they're not going to score quite as many.
That's one gone. Coffey strikes again. So that's the 4th wicket, and that's exactly what they wanted at this stage to end what was a very promising partnership for South Africa. Mackenzie goes.
It makes all the difference. If you keep nipping a wicket away and getting a new batsman in, they're not going to get too many. Just a good length, and another one of those leg cutters just leaves the batsman. He's bowled some really good deliveries today, Ascoffey. Some real gems. 131 for 4.
Whoever, then you can probably see South Africa posing what would be a fairly decent total.
Yeah, loads more batting still to come, of course. We've got Lance Klusener, who, in terms of one-day batsman, that one's gone. That one is straightened off the pitch. Neil McGarrell has trapped Jonty Rhodes, LBW, and he is seething with himself. Jimmy, what did you make of that one?
Well, I think Jonty will be upset because the shot need not have been played as square as he wanted to play it, but obviously, you know, always looking to get on with it, looking to pick up his singles. But he just tried to play it too square and ended up missing what was a fairly straight ball.
Well, that is just what the West Indies needed. South Africa now 5 wickets down. Jonty Rhodes, the man in form it would have seemed, he's gone for 36 and they're 149 for 5.
So Jonty Rhodes gone for 36. First ball. Lance Klusener goes to Neil McGarrell. What a crucial blow that is.
Well, this pitch was used in the test match, and there's a bit of turn there for the spinners. And here's the boy just played through the line, not assessing that the ball has turned from McGarrell. He should have seen that from the dressing room, and it leaves McGarrell on a hat-trick. Lance Klusener, first ball, 149 for 6.
3 wickets for just 20 runs, South Africa, and he'll be pleased, Carl Hooper. That is for sure. Elegant drive by Pollock. That is a beautiful shot. Pollock is in vintage form.
Always makes it look so easy. Sean Pollock, anything that's overpitched, getting into position very, very quickly.
Hines.
He might very well feel disappointed not to have been in the starting 11.
Fired in again and caught in ball. And Sabina Park are on their feet again. The West Indies, they're on fire.
A very strange dismissal and a very strange stroke to a rather innocuous delivery from Marlon Samuels. Really a nothing shot. The ball, this was just on about middle stump. Not too sure exactly what type of stroke was played. Just pushed it back into the hand. Very gentle catch by Mark Boucher. Every bowler would want a return catch, as simple as that. 159 for 7. I must say, Mike, that I was very surprised to see him bowl Cameron Coffey all 10 overs.
Yeah, that's a good point, Morris. He bowled very well, did Cameron Coffey. 2 or 3 overs, he went for a few runs, but the other 6 or 7 were bang on target. Pollock on 6 of 6 deliveries. Ontong just arrived at the crease, so pressure on the 2 South African batsmen. 72 for 7. The current rate 210, which is no real good score. It really is an unorthodox shot, but very effective. And gone all the way. Was it bat? Was it leg bars? It was off the bat and the no ball.
Plenty improvisation there, and very interesting stroke. Deliberate heave.
Into his 9th over, the West Indian captain. Again, in the air, out. The West Indian captain has struck, and the last of the South African recognised batsmen is on his way back to the pavilion.
Once too often there for Sean Pollock. This time undone, not Ontong, I beg your pardon. The man being dismissed. It's again trying to just paddle that ball behind on the onside. Too much bat onto it. Bounce, and really off the bottom of the bat. No control whatsoever, and a very simple catch for Ricardo Porridge.
South Africa have now lost 8 wickets for 179. And at the current rate, South Africa get around the 210 mark, 6 per over, 223. Big appeal. Turned down. So into the 44th over. This allotted 50 over match. Bit of turn. That was pretty close, that. It really was.
There's been some really good stuff.
Could be gone. Yes, it is. It's a good catch. The fielding has been brilliant. They've done a wonderful job. Lara set the trend early with the run out of Herschel Gibbs. Telemarcus looking to enforce and drive straight in the air for a while. And what a sharp grab.
Well, they've been on a high most of the day of the West Indies fielders. And this is a lovely bit of cricket. The young man gets down very quick. Got it easy, didn't he? Youthful exuberance, athleticism. And another South African wicket goes down. 184 for 9. You've got to, at this stage of the game, get anything you can.
Got it! Bowled him! It's all over. Mervyn Dillon has cleaned up Alan Donald. South Africa are all out for around 200, and Alan Donald is storming off. That face tells a picture.
Well, I think he just played down the wrong line. The ball just sort of coming into him on the angle. Just sort of played outside it, you see, from wide of the crease, Dillon bowls. And bowl straight. If they miss, you hit. That should be the motto against most tail-enders. And sadly for South Africa, that leaves Pollock not out Donald got the 80, and that would have cemented a total of maybe 250. And they don't have great spinners in the side, though, South Africa. The whole one-day game for South Africans is based on high-quality seam bowling. And I think they're under a bit of pressure to win the game. They're going to have to play out of the skin, because West Indies don't have to go hellfire for the runs. They can coast quite nicely for just 200.
Spinners have done a great job. McGarrell 10 overs, 2 for 32. Hooper 2 for 45. Samuel 6 overs, 2 for 18. And overall the spinners picked up 7 for 95 of 26 overs.
Yeah, and that was an example of Chris Gayle playing very firmly at the ball. Caught behind, gone. Liam Garrick is on his way, and the South African captain has struck it just the right time for South Africa.
Stunned silence around the ground, not from South Africa, but from this man. He's been dismissed, and from the spectators as well. Well, a false shot, tried to force it away, too close to the off stump. Rewards for Boucher and Captain Sean Pollock. He's happy. That's what South Africa needs. They need wickets. Liam Garrick, though, will be disappointed. He's gone for 7, 14 for 1.
7 off 20 deliveries. Samuels now takes strike from Pollock. And that's a fine shot. Over the top. It goes all the way for 4. First boundary of the innings for Samuels.
Well, that is a quality shot. That wasn't such a bad ball. Straight, he works you off his legs.
Over the top again. All the way. Taking advantage of the field restrictions, Chris Gayle.
He's got to try round the wicket. He must try something different, and the angle of coming into Gayle just to took him up a little bit.
Cracked away. So another boundary for Chris Gayle. We got the crowd at Sabina Park going wild.
Well, this is a very generous loosener by Alan Donald. Bowl it very medium pace. What?
Over the top. Very good shot indeed by Samuels. So that raises the 50 for the West Indies. Another boundary for Marlon Samuels.
Well, this is a lovely shot. He got into...
Gone. So Samuels playing loosely once more. Gets a touch on it. 51 for 2 of the West Indies now. Samuels goes. Promising innings ended with a loose shot.
Well, it's almost as I forecast. He couldn't stop himself from playing shots. And in between there was some lovely boundaries. But he kept playing and missing and edging. And sooner or later he felt he was going to nick it like that. Jack Callis doing the job. Very entertaining little knock came to an end. 51 for 2.
Has positioned himself at a short extra cover. Trying to get to the half volley. He's had another go, and he's brilliantly caught. Goodness me! What an absolute blinder that was. You will not see anything better from guess who, Jonty Rhodes. Absolutely outstanding.
Well, I think many of us go to cricket to watch batsmen and bowlers, but you won't see anything better than this. Jonty Rhodes, brilliant in the field. A big slash from Chris Gayle. It was going like a rocket and brilliantly caught by Jonty Rhodes. Outstanding stuff. Look at that. Really can't believe that.
The remarkable thing about that catch from Jonty Rhodes, and there's the elation from Alan Donald, and Jonty Rhodes has done this. There's a signal to Lance Kloosner, obviously some sort of plan before that delivery. Magnificent stuff. Jonty Rhodes comes in very, very quickly from cover point. Chris Gayle's got to go for 27, and the West Indies now 60.
And Lara, obviously having to be very selective at this stage.
Got it away, and he's got it away beautifully for 4. Very, very good shot from Brian Lara. He played it nice and late. He's a quality player. 72 for 3.
Well, he's got that one away. This one was a little bit shorter, sat up better, and Lara's put it away. Interesting first over from Montong. Halfway stage, 25 overs gone. The West Indies needing 201 on 92 for 3.
Right-hander Cole Hooper kept his foot firmly on the ground, no doubt about that.
In the air, could be out. No, just over the top. In fact, he's timed it very well, and it's gone for 4. That slipped in his hands. Enough connection, though. Another boundary. Seven wickets in hand. It's a good shot again. Gary Kirsten, he can stop chasing that. It's gone for 4. Back-to-back boundaries by Brian Lara, one either side.
Sabina Park is alive and well. There's no doubt about that. They're on their feet. They're applauding the master left-handed batsman. Back-to-back boundaries. And how well did he time this shot? Again, he had to take the bottom hand away. But how's the timing?
So Lara on 49. There it is. Brings up his 45th one-day international 50. And I think the crowd appreciate it, Mike.
They appreciate it all right. Don't they enjoy their cricket here? They're on their feet applauding. What a player he's been for the West Indies. And what a reception he gets wherever he goes.
That's on, and what an exciting batsman he is. In the air, and caught. Once again, Jonty Rhodes into the action. It's a very good catch, moving sharply to his left. Brian Lara had lost a bit of a rhythm, and now he perishes.
Well, he's just brilliant. I mean, anybody who's ever seen him just can only say brilliant. He's extraordinary. Just slipped off the face a little bit. Brian Lara lost just a little control, hit it well, but the face just opened and it went to the fielder. Very good innings. Now, wicket down, new man in, 149 for 4.
He's at the crease because of this.
Watch the bat just open there. He just lost it a little bit. He was hitting it a bit in front of square. He just sliced a little bit off the face.
Pretty serious with every passing delivery for Hooper. The second one-day international is in Antigua. There's a comparison. South Africa did not bat out their full allotment of 50 overs, 47 overs on 4 balls. Over the top, down the ground, a catch. Kirsten gets it. So Carl Hooper goes. He has been in obvious pain, the West Indies captain. He goes off the ground. Could that be the decisive wicket?
Very disappointed West Indian captain. He knows he's had this game in his grasp. Has that grass just fallen away with a shot? It was a tied shot, a shot of a man in a bit of pain. Kirsten accepts with glee, and it's a much-needed wicket for South Africa. It certainly is interesting time. Stay with us. 162 for 5.
No ball, negated the appeal. Looked to be very, very close. Telemarcus obviously thought that it was a leg before he heard the no ball call.
No doubt would hit the stumps. Did it pitch outside the line. No, on leg stump, and that's hitting middle and off. No problem, but I'm afraid for Roger Telemakis. 24 off 20.
Looks as if he's gone. South Africans certainly feel that he has. Paul trying to scramble home. Umpire Basil Morgan has asked for the replay. Paul looks very dejected. The South Africans are jubilant. The return came from Ontong to Boucher. Boucher was very quick with taking off the bails.
Ontong throws. It's a good throw. Bounces first. Boucher's pretty confident, and rightly so. Gone. Brilliant bit of pressure cricket by the South Africans, and they rewarded with the wicket.
He would have known from the time Boucher took the bails off. He would have hoped. South African flag now flying high. West Indies 177 for 6, and they're down to the bowlers now. And Ricardo Paul really struggled all the way through his innings. 6 runs off 25 deliveries has been run out, and the West Indies 177 for 6.
If the throw had been a good one, he was gone. No doubt about that. Jacques Kallis just got it up. A lot of pressure. The batting wasn't good by the South Africans.
Down the ground. It's gone for 6. Magnificent hit.
And Sabina Park has erupted. They've been waiting a long time as this capacity crowd. And at last, the first 6 of the day, and what a time to do it. Suddenly that equation is changed dramatically after this shot. Jacques Kallis will be disappointed. He knows he's got to get it up there, but he's bowled a good length ball, and he's paid the price.
Sabina Park has gone absolutely wild. They sense now that the West Indies can win this match. 2 balls ago, they didn't feel that way.
From serious-looking faces, there's lots of happiness around now. Not anymore. Brilliant catch. Jacques Kallis, absolutely brilliant. Vital wicket for South Africa.
Now, how did he catch that? Look, no way that anyone would have got to that. Jacques Kallis had to change direction. Just have a look at it. Leading edge. Kallis now has to change direction, run back and dive and hold the catch right-handed. South African fielding, well, that's been the difference. So McGarrell 14 off 10 deliveries, 193 for 7 the West Indies. Here, Jacobs wants a single. Doesn't get it. So, the last over of the match, the West Indies need 8 to win. They have 3 wickets in hand.
10 metres in. Donald.
Now that brings it down to 7 to win and brings Jacobs into the strike. Dillon scrambles a single. No doubt where Jacobs was intending that one to go.
Well, that's a huge delivery.
Lobbed short. Now it's up to Jacobs. A boundary of 4 will tie the scores. He's heaved it away. They'll only get through, though. So, the crowd erupting at Sabina Park. As soon as that ball was struck, they reckon 4. He didn't quite get hold of it as he wanted.
Good improvisation. He had to do something, did the vice-captain. He nearly succeeded in winning the game for the West Indies. On the fielder. And this is close, very close indeed. Well. Can't really understand why that wasn't called for. That's on the line there.
That's it. West Indies win. It goes for 4. What a victory for the West Indies. Invasion of Sabina Park. A full toss, would you believe it, from Adam Donald. And the West Indies have scraped to a victory, which means everything to them.
Amazing scenes here at Sabina Park. The crowd have absolutely gone berserk. They can't quite believe it. It's mayhem, absolute mayhem.
And a last ball victory for the West Indies here by 1 wicket against England back in 1990, and we've had another one today. 50 for Lara. Superb bowling by Pollock and Caris, but in the end the West Indies just managed to get up.
He's not going to be involved in this presentation, just having a bit of treatment inside. I'd like to invite Mr. Ridley Jacobs, the vice captain of the West Indies.
That's the man of the match.
Thank you very much, Mr. Headley. I'd now like to invite Mr. Gregory Shillingford to present the medal, the check, I should say, to Neil McGarrell, the man of the match.